Hello, everyone, and thanks for listening to the Quality Hub, Chatting with ISO Experts. I'm your host, Xavier Francis, and I'm here again with one of our favorite guests, Suzanne Strausser, VP of Consulting and Development here at Core. Glad you could join us again.
Woo, thanks. Glad to be here.
Well, I didn't use illustrious this time.
It's okay. Or seasoned. Yeah.
Yes, seasoned. She's a seasoned guest.
Yeah.
So there we go. We are glad you're back again. And today we're going to be talking about the benefits of outsourcing QMS administration. But before we do that, we'll learn a little about Suze, but we're going to start with a question because we like to do that. The question is, what is the oddest thing you've ever eaten and did you like it?
Oh, boy. So in high school, I had the privilege of going to France 2 years in a row. Mm-hmm. My mom had to take out loans. That took her years to pay off. So I'm very thankful that I got to go. But while we were in Paris, I tried escargot.
Okay. Snails.
Yep. And they were still in the shell. Mm-hmm. And I pulled it out and you could see the little horns. And I had, we were in high school, but we were allowed to drink wine over there. So I'd had like nothing to eat. Mm-hmm. And I was 110 pounds and I had a little bit of wine. I felt like I was going to pass out.
Okay. So you're like, I need food.
Disgusting.
Yes.
So no on the snails.
No on the snails. Okay.
No.
I think I've had snails. I'm pretty sure I have.
Yeah.
The oddest thing I've ever eaten, and I wouldn't say it is now, but I like about everything. The only thing I won't eat is like liver and onions.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I won't eat. But I think the weirdest when I was on tour and I was like maybe 18, 19. Mm-hmm. I'm in Texas and we were doing a big show. And of course it was provided. And this meal comes and it's like, oh, okay. And I bit into this thing and it was a raw scallop. Okay. Now I had never tried sushi yet.
Right. I'm
growing up in East Jabip, Pennsylvania. Yep. Didn't even know what sushi was, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I swallowed it down. I'm like, no way. Now I love sushi. Yes. It's one of my favorite foods. I would love to try it again now and see if I still felt it was the same way, but it was slimy and just all this. So that was probably the oddest thing. And I asked what they were. And I like scallops at that point too. Sure. But the time it was just crazy.
Yes.
So. All right. Well, now we know about foods we like or don't like and have tried. Can you share a little bit about your journey?
Yeah, I was thinking about that today as well. I've been in this funny, interesting quality area since 1990.
Wow.
So, 35 years of trying to help folks improve processes.
Right. I think you might know a few things.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, maybe you'll know the answer to our question today and the ones we have.
Sure.
That go, why are we talking about outsourcing QMS administration? What does that mean? Outsourcing QMS administration might seem weird. What does it actually mean for us?
Yeah, sure. It's pretty simple, actually. So outsourcing QMS administration really means partnering with an expert like Core Business Solutions to really handle the ongoing tasks that keep your quality management system running smoothly. So things like document control, internal audits, corrective action tracking, maintaining compliance with your ISO standards, even participation in external audits. Mm-hmm. We do that. So it's like having an experienced quality manager on your team without adding another full-time person.
So it's sort of a replacement for that quality manager.
Yeah, and the nice thing is, for the most part, 99% of the time, we do this remotely. Mm. So we don't take up space. Yep. You don't have to buy us lunch. You don't have to listen to our stupid weekend stories. Right. All that. We're just there to be efficient. So.
Yeah, you're there to do the job, and then you're in and out. So why are more companies deciding to go this route?
Sure.
Obviously, you said you don't have to buy lunch, you don't have to provide an office and space like that. But why else?
Well, it really comes down to time and resources. Most small organizations don't have a dedicated quality professional to begin with. Mm-hmm. So managing your QMS can be pretty overwhelming. Or
it's on somebody else's to-do list, right?
Exactly. And they already have another job. So by outsourcing, you can get that expert guidance and ongoing support, say from our quality specialists, and it makes it really efficient and cost effective. And it lets your internal team stay focused on what they do best, like running the business.
Right. And that's not to say that people still don't need training and things like that, but you don't, especially if it's somebody that you're handing them another job to do, and maybe they've never dealt with quality. There's no learning curve.
Yes.
There's no mistakes they're going to make.
Yes.
And you don't have to go out and look on LinkedIn or whatever for an expert that's done this for 35 years
35
and
years.
their cost.
Yeah. How old am I? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you were 18 when you had the snails.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
I was like 16 with the snails.
Wow. I can understand that would be tough. But I can certainly understand also why people might choose this route and why it makes a lot of sense. So let's talk about the results. What benefits do Core's clients typically see after outsourcing their QMS administration?
Yeah, great question. There are a couple of benefits. First of all, cost savings. No need to hire and train a full-time quality manager. Sometimes we call it a fractional quality manager, depending on the contract that we have.
Okay.
And speaking of that, we can do other things besides strictly ISO.
Right.
If you need help in making quality decisions or other training or whatever else, we can add that in as well. So, call us.
Yeah. Give us a holler.
Also, it provides expert support. So our team lives and breathes ISO standards every day.
Yes, we do.
Not just ISO too. I think the other benefit is that we're all business people. So we can't help but provide observations about other things to improve the business. I say this a lot. We're the best team in the industry. I can't say enough about the folks that I get to work with.
Yeah.
They're all super knowledgeable and a great benefit to anybody's company. So,
well, we've had a lot of them on this podcast here.
Absolutely.
You're going to get that kind of ability and knowledge and experience.
Yep. Another benefit would be improved compliance so that your system stays audit ready and aligned with current requirements. We have our director of consulting, Suzanne Weber-Smotko, and myself as members of the U.S. TAG, the Technical Action Group, for 9001, ISO 9001. So we're kept up to date about upcoming changes, things coming your way.
Right. So you're not looking at, okay, this person's got to keep on track of everything if they're hired. They don't have to look at AI and hopefully that's correct when we're talking about what's coming up or what's common. We also work with auditors where, I'm speaking of the registrars,
yes.
And who's going to be your external auditor and kind of what they are focusing on and things like that.
Yep.
You're just not going to get that by having somebody in-house do it. Anything else?
Yeah, I think time savings. I mean, leaders really should be focused on operations and customers and not ISO administration. I'd say that even if you're really knowledgeable about ISO, you do have another job and, you really just can't be as efficient as we are when we do this.
Right.
So this is what we do every day. So I think time savings all around. Yeah. And I think we like to say that outsourcing really brings peace of mind, knowing that your QMS is handled by professionals, set it and forget it, easy button, whatever slogan works for you. We're there. We've got you.
Right.
We've got this.
Right. So since you're outsourcing us, there's a lot of assurances that we know what we're doing and going to be able to handle whatever comes your way from your ISO system.
Yep.
So some companies might wonder, some of maybe the non-benefits, this is a question that they might have, is if we outsource, does it impact our ISO certification or audit readiness?
Yeah, it actually helps it. I mean, I think at Core, like we've been saying, we make sure everything in your QMS is up to date, documented, ready for that external audit. And we also help prepare you and your team so when the auditor arrives, you're confident and organized.
Right.
And in fact, many of our clients tell us the audits feel smoother or less stressful once we're managing their QMS administration.
Right.
We do sit in the audit for the QMS, the quality administration portion.
Okay.
We can't speak to your leadership or your processes, obviously.
Right.
But we can help with core, finding documents, that sort of thing. And it really just puts people at ease to know that we're there.
Right. And again, if something's changed from the registrar point of view and they're looking at certain things or focused on certain things more, then maybe they have been more going to know that. Even if you've been through audits before, and they might look at things a little differently now. Oh, well, we're going to be familiar with that. Now, this is another common concern. If I outsource quality management, do I lose control of it?
No, not at all. I mean, outsourcing is a partnership, not a handoff. Right.
Okay.
So the organization still makes all the key decisions. And our role at Core Business Solutions is to manage those daily details, like keeping your processes compliant, your documentation accurate, your records audit ready, that sort of thing. You're still in control, but you have a trusted advisor making sure that nothing falls through the cracks.
Right. That totally makes sense to me. Now, how does outsourcing QMS administration help companies grow over time? So a lot of time, people that might want this can't afford a quality manager. Smaller, medium-sized businesses are not ready. As they grow, how does it help?
Yeah, I think as businesses expand, their quality systems need to grow too. So maybe you're adding new sites or certain new certifications, new standards, or more employees. So our outsourced services can scale with you, and we adjust as your needs evolve, which, provides more support when you need it or less when you don't.
Right.
And I think that flexibility means your QMS always fits your organization's size and your goals. And sometimes it's the opposite. I mean, we can fill in, say, if you've lost your management representative until you hire somebody new.
Yeah.
And then kind of back off from our services. And that's okay too. Or maybe you just, decide not to hire anybody because we're so great. But, we can scale up or down.
Well, and we also have a handle on a lot of standards. It's not just quality.
Sure.
And a lot of people, that's their first step into ISO because maybe it's a requirement or whatever. And then they might be looking to gain more points on DoD things. Or if you're looking at, now you're working with, as a subcontractor, CMMC just became law recently. We have our fingers on the pulse of those things, of what new, what's changing, and can kind of help you focus what might be a good next step where you might not know that.
And some standards, we have a little bit modified version of what we do because we can't provide oversight in some, like aerospace.
Right.
We technically can't be the management rep, but we can help with QMS administration as well. So,
but 14,001, 45,001, 27,001, all of those.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Just another day in the office for us.
Yep.
Well, for anyone that might be considering outsourcing, what advice would you give them? Now, obviously, we are the people that you might outsource to, but
right.
What do you think?
Right. I mean, I'd always start by asking: Is your QMS helping your business, or is it holding it back, or is it just there?
Right.
I mean, if managing it feels like a burden, then outsourcing can really make a world of difference.
Right.
And choosing a partner who understands your industry, who communicates well, who has a proven track record like we do.
Right.
We've helped thousands of small businesses achieve and maintain certification while we hopefully simplify the entire process. That's kind of our thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's part of our core motto.
Yes.
Simplify everything.
And we see customers who come to us that have a very complicated system, and we're able to, kind of take that over and simplify everything in the process as well.
Right. Absolutely. Well, this has been great. Again, we do this, but there's a reason why we found that it's an important thing to have for some people, for some businesses. It's not necessarily right for everybody, but if it's a good fit, if you've lost your management rep, maybe it's a time to do it. If you're looking at you're just not getting what you need from your QMS, maybe it's time. Do you have any last thoughts? Yeah,
I was just going to say it's really affordable. I mean, to compare it to the cost of having somebody in your company work on this, maybe in lieu of getting new business or servicing your customers. What's the opportunity cost of that?
Yeah.
And I work with a number of small companies who, man, they need help.
Yeah.
It's not their thing, and they struggle with, I'm working with somebody this week, who will be unnamed, but they really struggle with responding to some corrective actions. And if I wasn't helping, not sure they would get over the finish line, for certification. So it can be that critical. Yeah. And you're talking about small, medium-sized businesses that a lot of times this is a roll down requirement. Yep. They want to keep a contract or get a contract. They have to do it. So they have no clue about all the things that go into it. And if you they're great at their business. Yeah. Great. Oh yeah, absolutely. Obviously. And like we've talked about before, maybe they're doing a lot of what ISO needs. Yes. But just to get it in the framework that you need it to get certification. It's less foreign language. And we help translate. Yeah. Think of us as your faithful translator. Yes, your faithful translator. Yeah. I love that. Well, really appreciate it again today and walking through all of this with us. Again, if you're looking at that, one thing with the management representative, I know we have different levels of it here at CORE. Are internal audits often included with that? Yes. Okay. Yeah, and in fact, we have somebody else on the team audit your management rep. Okay. So there's no conflict of interest there. Right. So we have somebody else do the audit who's independent on the team here. Right. So you're not just dealing with an MREP, but you also have more than just that person. Yes. That's going to be supporting. Yep. You. Awesome. Well, thanks again. Really appreciate it. Yes. Thank you.
And we want to thank everyone who's listened to our podcast today. We hope it's been informative for you. Now, if you're looking for more information about Core Business Solutions, now that we are an LRQA company, how we can help you with ISO certification, cybersecurity, customized training, internal audits, management MREP, give us a call or shoot us an email at info@thecoresolution.com. And if you're more interested in looking into the details, our website is also available at www.thecoresolution.com. And if you haven't already followed us on your favorite podcast platform and we're not a regular listen or watch on YouTube, be sure to do so. That way you won't miss our next Quality Hub podcast when it's released next week. Have a great day.